there's no real competition for Ireland, in my opinion, which has been quite frustrating and disappointing, to be honest. I mean, everyone talks about the Irish now being number one in the world, which, they can't be because, they're not playing against quality opposition, in my opinion. I mean, we'll see now when we play South Africa in the inbound test, but for now, the Six Nations has been disappointing in terms of an overall product. No, it's not. It's not. There's one really good, genuine side in the Irish team, and they deserve that. They're very, very well coached. They've got quality players, but England have been disappointing. France have been disappointing. So,
Wales have had their moments.
But again, no, I don't think so, Shimmy. It's a young team. It's an inexperienced team. I don't think, Gatland has been a phenomenal coach over the decades, but is he a guy to take Wales forward, who's able to play, this modern brand of rugby that Ireland do play? I love the way the Irish play. You and I have had lots of chats about it, and I think their system is brilliant. I think the whole structure of Irish rugby is outstanding, and I think Rassie's probably trying to take a lot out of that Irish system and put it into the South African system, from an administrative point of view and, tracking players and the way we want to play. For the rest, disappointing.
Do you think if England gets their defence right this weekend, let's say it's a wet game, they get their defence right, can they challenge?
I don't think they'll get the defence right against the Irish attack.
Too much coming at you.
If you take how far we were down, how far down the Boks were in our evolution regarding our defence, how good our detail was in around even the tackler getting into one on the far side, creating that extra width. Because they attack so tight and there's such much short passes and the quick recycle of the ball, their breakdown's outstanding. We come up short a lot. And it's just through our work rate and our scramble that we actually managed to stay in the game, stay in the fight. And look, there was nothing in that game out there. But if there's a side to have the weakness or expose the weakness of the rush defence and how narrow we can get, it's Ireland. So, now you take them against England, who's now just implemented this system, and they make bad reads 3-4 times a half. Hence, England can't, they haven't been able to put sides away because they just give, points on a platter. I think this Irish side will test them to the max this week.
Well, and I think that England are also struggling with an identity in terms of the way they want to play.
Yeah. So they had one during the World Cup.
Well,
they go back to that.
So Borthwick obviously wants, this kicking game with a strong set piece. But there's still an element there from the Eddie Jones era that wants to play a bit of rugby. So you look at that first try they scored against Scotland was a phenomenal try.
Beautiful starter.
But then they reverted back to type, and then they became, this conservative side, and they couldn't back it up with the set piece and the defence. So,
but that's the thing for me. If let's say you get the scenario on the weekend where it's the same conditions as when the Boks played England in the semi-final of the World Cup.
Can England own it?
Okay, and they get no, I won't say they own it, but they get a good start. Yeah. It's wet, so it's slower, and you get a Irish side that's off on the day. One lucky try. That's the only way I see England winning this one. Yeah. If that plays out that way.
I don't know if if you take the Boks, if we are super physical, so we can sometimes you take the first 20 minutes in that game against Ireland, Damon de Allende over the gain line, Peter Steff over the gain line, our big ball carriers fronted up. And the underrated part of the Irish game is their physicality. Their set piece is outstanding. Their breakdown is so good. So many times we watch VURC, Dion Free cleans up at the breakdown. He plays against Leinster's breakdown.
It's because they attack so tight.
It's going to be hard for England this weekend.
Yeah, I agree.
A very good Irish side, guys, especially this year. They've come out strong.
Guys, we're sitting here enjoying the sun, and then we get a quote from Ireland or Wales that Ireland are the best team in the world from Sam Warburton. How?
It's his opinion.
Yeah?
It's his opinion.
But we're enjoying ourselves here peacefully. Playing ERC.
Why are you talking about that?
Enjoying Well, Victor came back with a double barrel shotgun and said, what have they won? Victor Matfield on Twitter.
Did he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Fair play.
It's a big statement. Look, they're playing.
It's a very big statement.
Fantastic rugby, Ireland. But I think Flecky made a fair point in you need to take in consideration and have perspective in terms of who they've played against and the quality of the opposition, because it's not the French team that we saw in the World Cup. And bar that, there hasn't been a lot of competition.
Look, it sells more tickets for the series coming
up. The nice thing for us is they're coming out here in June, and that's going to be a proper test for both. And I mean, we all love the way Ireland play. We all love the way Leinster plays the same thing. You know, the way they set up that attack, how they can boss the ball, they outwork you in attack, and like they set quicker than you can set in defence. So we all love that. But like the proper test is coming down here. Yeah. And I can remember in 2016, I thought they had a big chance under Alistair Coetzee to get a serious result. They obviously got the first test, the CJ Stander, Pat Lambie charge down here at Newlands. And then Damien Allender scored that thing, a cracking try to clinch the game up north. So, still haven't won yet. So this will be proper.
So a big statement coming up from there. Look, I mean, also you go back to the great New Zealand teams that for 24 years, good teams, but didn't win a World Cup. Then you had Richie McCaw, I mean, what is 2011, 2015, considered the greatest All Black team of all time. This Ireland team is missing that. I mean, those are the facts. So it's not my opinion. It's the facts right there and there. Yeah. So they can go back-to-back Grand Slams. They can beat New Zealand. But then to solidify their legacy, I think they need that trophy.
Yeah, they have to.
You can't really...
And look, if they come to South Africa and win both the test matches, that's a massive statement.
Yeah.
But I don't think you need to compare apples with apples, and by saying that might be your opinion, but the Springboks are still world champions and ranked number 1 in the world.
And not playing at the moment.
That's factually true. So, I mean, I can say that I like them.
So you agree with Victor?
I can say that I like them more than you, but I won't because it's not factually.
But you agree with Victor?
Because it's not factually true.
we agree with Matt Fielder.
Jean and his cryptic.
We agree with Matt. So we agree with Matt Fielder.